to Morristown, New Jersey, and Morristown High School for Pope John Lions Boys Soccer. Mike Formersano here on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us. It has been a terrific evening under the lights for the Pope John Lions as they lead 4-0 at halftime. 3 goals, a natural hat trick for Nicholas Aceto, and then a goal added on by Landon Terrazas. A clean sheet so far for Matthew Rivera. And the Lions are going to be playing one up in the second half as an altercation by the Pope John bench with about 3 minutes to go. It was number 10, Frank Serrano, shoving number 17 for Pope John, Sebastian Alvarez. And that earned Serrano a red card. So he is out of the game. And Pope John will play one up, 10 on the field, and then the goalkeeper against 9 and a goalkeeper for Morristown. So Pope John with a decided advantage, and they lead 4-0. Let's give you the Pope John roster real quick. We start with number 2, Steve Leonard. Number 3 is Graydon Morrow. Number 4, Ethan Poplowski. Number 5, Santiago Vargas. 6 is Sergio Carabajo. 7 is Chris Opat. Number 8, Landon Terrazas. Number 9, Damian Stowawi. Number 10, Nicholas Aceto. 11, Emmanuel Vargas. 12 is Daniel Burns. Number 14, Ethan Nowak. 15, Teo Fadillo. 16, Tyler Wright. 17, Sebastian Alvarez. 18, Heath Gallant. 20, William Franco. 21, Anthony Patino. 22, Alex Cuello. And 23, Christopher Sabella. The goalkeepers, number 25, Zach Cash. And number 1, Matthew Rivera. The president of the Catholic Academy is Mr. Daniel O'Keefe. The principal of Pope John High School is Gene Emmering. The VP and chaplain is Father John Calabro. The athletic director is Brian McAleer. The athletic trainers, Gerard Graziano and Jordan Martin. The site manager for Pope John Athletics is Ben Perez. And the head coach of the Pope John Lions boys soccer team is Christian Ardilla. And the assistant coach, Jared Ottaviano. I'm Mike Formersano. We're here live at Morristown High School, home of the Morristown Colonials. It's their senior night, but it's the Pope John Lions spoiling the party. 4-0 as we start the second half. Pope John in their white jerseys with blue writing across the chest and Pope John and the number, and gold trim with the lion on the back. White shorts with the blue stripe and white socks. They're going left to right now on your screen. Morristown in black with white numbers and white trim, and they're going right to left. Clock is reset, waiting on the referee's whistle. 40-minute halves here. It'll be number 28, Aiden Benitez, starting things out for Morristown. You're going to see a spurt by the Colonials, I think, in the beginning of the second half, trying to get back into this game. You can already see the energy here. Number 7, Ryan Ballack, kicks toward the goal. My apology from earlier. I had gone ahead and said that Pope John had played Morristown and lost earlier this season. That's not true. It was the home opener, and we were there. I couldn't remember. It was 2-0, Pope John winning. Boban scored a goal, and then Teo, and a clean sheet by Matthew Rivera. So 2-0 victory against Morristown at Pope John High School. So it was West Morris Central, they won opener. Then they won Morristown at home opener. Ball up, and Nowak chasing it. Cleared out of the way, and Ballack's going to pick it up. Toward the sideline, kept in bounds. And it'll go back toward the midfield stripe. I'll pick up that thought in just a second. Patino back to Poplowski. Poplowski, the pass over to Nowak. Nowak has it. Ethan Nowak back to Emmanuel Vargas. Yeah, remember that. Vargas was the man of the match of that Morristown game. 2-0, the Lions won. Well, they also won against Kinnelon 7-2, and they were 3-0. But then losses to Parsippany Hills as the ball comes in on the goalkeeper, Heinrichs, for Morristown. Morris Knowles, which we weren't at, that was on the road, and then at Montville, the Saturday morning game, which we were at 2-0, and Pope John lost. But then we were at the West Morris Central game last Friday, and Pope John won that 4-1. And their record's 4-3, and so now they're leading 4-0 here. So it would be a season sweep against Morristown if the Lions can hold on this second half. And then they play home to Newton on Thursday. It's senior night. Please be with us, 4 p.m., as we'll celebrate the seniors on the Pope John Lions boys soccer team. Shot in over the crossbar by number 28, Aiden Benitez. Let's give you the Morristown roster real quick. Number 0 is Charles Bayer. Number 00, Connor Heinrichs. They're both the goalies for Morristown. Number 1, Max Bermudez. Number 2, Malcolm Mejia. 3 is Christopher Hernandez. 4 is Jeffrey Vasquez. As the ball is picked up by Terrazas for Pope John. Number 15 in there, Teo. Right near the bench area. It goes out of bounds by Mejia for Morristown. It will be Morristown ball. James Tamay is number 5. Noah Van Ziel. Number 6, Ryan Ballack. 7, Gavin Reyes. 8, Alex Paola. 9, Frank Serrano. Number 10, and he is out of the game on a red card now after shoving Sebastian Alvarez late first half. Ball goes out of bounds. John Martinez is number 11. Juan Ramirez, 12. Diego Sosa, 13. Kyle Wigdall, 14. Joseph Zelaya, 15. Thomas Lucignani, 16. Carlos Nunez is 17. Christian Fell, 18. Liam McDonald, 19. Justin Bonslitz, 20. Zach McQueenie, 21. Angus Quirk, 22. Jermaine Campbell, 23. Nathan Enemala is 25. And Aiden Benitez, 28. The head coach of the Morristown Colonials, Diego Salas. Assistant coach, Eder Loaiza. So we're just underway here, second half. And if you were just joining us, the recap is this. A natural hat trick for Nicholas Aceto as the ball hits the referee there and stops play. Sometimes the referee can't get out of the way. They try. Well, 3 goals by Aceto in that first half. 5 minutes in, 15 minutes in, and then late first half. Then Landon Terrazas scored to make it 4-0. And then Frank Serrano getting thrown out. The shot in by Teo off the left foot, and the save made by the Morristown goalkeeper. They've got 0-0 here, and that's Connor Heinrichs. Down the field it goes. Stolen away by Opat. So Serrano, right near the Pope John bench, got shoved. Well, he shoved number 17, Sebastian Alvarez, for Pope John. And it became heated. A lot of players over there. And got a red card. Here's Aceto moving in through the Morristown defense. 4 defenders on him. Tough offensive push. And Aceto was tripped down. We got a yellow card, and it's going to be against Morristown. Number 2, Malcolm Mejia. No, they're saying the yellow card is against Aceto. Wow, Nicholas Aceto picking up a yellow card for that. All right. So Aceto to the bench and substitute in. So tough call. Aceto going for the ball. It could have been against either of them, but it goes against Aceto, and he gets the yellow card. 5 minutes in. Now, Pope John's working with a man advantage throughout the whole second half because of a red card to Serrano. And I believe, what's the rule? Is it he gets suspended for the next game as well. So it'll be tough for Morristown. Well, here's Terrazas. Now Patino over to Manuel Vargas. Vargas down the field to Opat. Opat racing in. Pass over to Carabajo. Goes to the far sideline. Off Carabajo, and it's going to be a Morristown throw-in. 5 minutes in here, second half. Pope John leading 4-0. Patino. A header. Now it's Nowak. Nowak coming in. The shot. Goal! Ethan Nowak off of the goalkeeper, Heinrichs, and into the left corner of the net. Are they going to say is offside? That's the one thing, because Morristown was calling for the offside, saying that 2 Pope John players were there. They're arguing it right now. I think the goal's going to stand. So the ball's in midfield. Morristown's going to inbound it. Yep. 5-0 Pope John. Ethan Nowak with the goal. No offside. And Morristown down by 5 now. 5-0. 34 minutes to go, second half. Big goal by Ethan Nowak. Vargas, big boot down the field. Carabajo chasing it. Ball Ball out of bounds, and it's going to go Morristown direction. We're at Morristown High School here in Morristown, New Jersey, home of the Colonials. We're under the lights. Monday night special here, Monday night soccer. It's the second of a double dip. Girls soccer in the afternoon and boys soccer in the evening. Now, here's number 11, John Martinez. Martinez kicks it ahead. Vargas in. Clears it out of the way to Carabajo. Sergio Carabajo to Nowak. Booted down the field by Lucignani. Now Martinez. Good header by Patino. Ball goes out of bounds. Now number 7, Ryan Ballack. Good header by number 25, Nathan Edelema. Down the field it goes. One defender back, and it's number 6, Noah Van Ziel, who will play at the Heinrich. Terrazas was charging there. Morristown down the field. Just joining us, it's 5-0 Pope John over Morristown. You chose a good game to see this Monday evening. Forget about Monday Night Football. It's Monday Night Soccer here in Morristown, New Jersey. Ball in. Kicked out of the way by Teo. You can always tape the Jets-Dolphins game later. That's what I did. Morristown will inbound. 5-0 your score here at Morristown High School. Tomorrow, 4 p.m., it's the crosstown rivalry renewed. Pope John and Sparta in girls field hockey. And that first match of the season back in early September was a great one between Pope John and Sparta. The Lions had grabbed the 1-0 lead. But then Sparta worked their way back in the second half. 2 goals, including one with 38 seconds remaining. And they won 2-1. So Pope John, you know, is looking for payback tomorrow. 4 p.m., Pope John and Sparta in girls field hockey. Wednesday, nothing on the calendar as of yet. We'll see if anything changes. On Thursday, boys soccer. It'll be senior night for the boys soccer team. As the corner comes in, right in the crease. Grabbed by Rivera. Great save by him. Boots it all the way down the field toward the midfield stripe. Nice header by Aceto. And there's Terrazas. Turned around by Mejia. It's going to come back the other direction. Martinez gives it over. Number 17, Carlos Nunez. Stolen by Poplowski. Now picked up by number 20, Bonsolet. Toward the sideline, out of bounds. And it will be Pope John possession. There's Teo with the quick throw-in to Terrazas, looking for a break. Terrazas. He has to pull it back. Now sent in. Nowak onside. Here's the boot by Aceto, and he's kicked right in the groin area. And he's down. Gets back up. It looks to be okay, and that's good to see. 30 minutes to go, 1/2 hour. The Lions leading 5-0. So senior night for boys soccer on Thursday, 4 p.m. Please join us. It'll be Pope John versus Newton. Should be a good celebration. We'll have senior night coverage for you on that afternoon as well. We had it for the girls tonight, so that is posted on a separate file on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. The games won't be up till later on tonight or tomorrow, but the senior night festivities already are. And it's always a great ceremony. Pope John does a great job at the senior night festivities for every sport. Big, big night for the kids. Ball goes out of bounds. I believe it's going to be a corner kick for Morristown. Nothing on the schedule Friday yet. On Saturday, 9 a.m., Pope John Lions freshman football team will head to Del Barton to take on the Green Wave from Del Barton Academy. Kick in, cleared by Carabajo, up in the air. Goes to the back line. Another corner for Morristown. We'll let them kick this first, and I'll go over the rest of the weekend schedule for you. Here's the kick. Into the box and in. Past Rivera, and Morristown scores. Trying to see who scored that goal. It was a confusion. A lot of people in the box there. It was a header by Morristown. They're not really celebrating who scored the goal, so tough to tell. But they did put it into the back of the net off a head from Morristown. And that breaks up the clean sheet for Matthew Rivera. So Morristown on the board now. It's 5-1. Trying to find credit on the goal there. Morristown was more concerned in getting back to their side of the field so that they could try and get back in this game. They didn't really celebrate who scored, so it was tough for me to see. My apologies. Here is Morristown down the field. Check the score sheet later. It'll also be posted. I believe NJ.com has the information. Ethan Nowak toward the near sideline now, picked up by number 7, Ballack. Here's Aceto. Aceto knocked off the ball by Ballack. He's going to get called for it. An infraction against Ballack. Free kick for Pope John. So we're saying Saturday, in freshman football at 9 a.m., Pope John against Del Barton. And then that's at Del Barton Academy. And then we'll race back to Pope John High School for the varsity football game at noon against Del Barton. That's going to be on Super Football Conference Network. The shot off the crossbar. The header goes over the crossbar, and Pope John can't believe it. Teo hit the crossbar, hits the woodwork. And now a goal kick for Morristown right away. So Teo with the header off the crossbar, and then the return rebound header by Pope John goes over the crossbar. So score remains 5-1. Van Seal will start things up. So after those football games on Saturday, you'll have Junior Lions football on Sunday, 11U and then 13/14U. And then on Monday, JV football, Pope John at Del Barton. And we will bring that to you live. Here's Poplowski off of John Martinez. Out of bounds. Poplowski with the throw-in. Again, off of number 7, Ryan Ballack. Ball comes to Stowawi. Damian Stowawi. Pass back to Teo. Stolen away by number 17, Carlos Nunez. But Vargas is back there. Now Morristown trying to get an edge on it. Cleared out by Daniel Burns. Good defense by him. Now Tyler Wright into the game for Pope John. Kicked ahead. There's Vargas. Now Poplowski. My fault. Out of bounds. It'll be Pope John ball. So Poplowski back there now to throw it in. Clock down to 25 and change in the second half. 5-1. Pope John leading over Morristown. 5 goals by Pope John to open up scoring. 3 by Aceto. 1 by Landon Terrazas, and then Ethan Nowak, a second half goal, make it 5-0. Morristown off a header just a few minutes ago, making it 5-1. Here's Stowawi. Damian Stowawi racing up the field, trying to spring Nowak. Nowak into the corner. Can he save it? Yes, he can. It's in the corner, trying to get around the Morristown defense. Kicks it back to Aceto. Nicholas Aceto, good move. Defender right on him. Aceto. Good footwork. Morristown picks up on it, however. And there's Martinez. Ball goes out of bounds. And credit Morristown for getting a goal in the second half. They're down a man. So it's been a man advantage the whole time for Pope John because of a red card by Frank Serrano. Goaltending change, number 0 into the game, and that is Carter Bayer. Or Charles Bayer, my fault. Bayer in for Connor Heinrichs. So Heinrichs out, Bayer in for Morristown. At midfield now, it's Martinez. Trying to spring, Nunez. Carlos Nunez in the corner, and a Pope John player knocked down. Nunez can't believe it. So Pope John will set it up. Here's Vargas. Kicks it down the field. Header by number 7, Ryan Ballack. As the ball rolls away from us, Ballack will inbound a new one. There's Hernandez. Christopher Hernandez toward the sideline in front of the Morristown bench. Out of bounds. Pope John will take over. We are live from Morristown High School in Morristown, New Jersey. It's the Pope John Lions boys soccer team leading 5-1 against the Morristown Colonials. Poplowski in the air. Here's Nowak. Over to Teo. Teo looking to spring Aceto. You also have Terrazas down there. Toward the bench area. And he goes out of bounds. So now Pope John will inbound. Terrazas out of bounds, and it goes Morristown's way. 22-22 remaining in the second half. There's your lottery number for tonight. 2 or 22. Nunez looking to be sprung there as he was racing toward the pocket. It's kicked back the other way. Aceto up for the header. Just missed. Hernandez with it for Morristown. Here's Terrazas. Landon Terrazas toward the net. Bayer comes out of his net. He'll kick it down the field. Stopped there by Aceto. Nicholas Aceto looking for a 4th goal possibly tonight. Here's Nowak. Nowak tripped down by Ballack, and it'll be a free kick for Pope John. Clock down to 21 and change remaining in the second half. Lions up comfortably 5-1. Here's Teo. Big boot down the field to the left. Header in front. Whistle. And an offside against Pope John. So Bayer will produce the goal kick here. Here we go. Down the field. Good play by Pope John midfielder there. That's, I think it was Teo stopping that. Now in front, Nunez. Nunez just looking, searching like a shark for any opportunity to create a scoring chance there and have the ball kicked to him. So here's Ballack, past Poplowski, centered, past Nunez, over to Hernandez. Hernandez in front, cleared out of the way by Vargas. Emmanuel Vargas sweeping the ball out, and now down the field it goes. And now that'll be into Bayer with Aceto chasing. Now intercepted by Terrazas to Aceto, who is offside, as Aceto was past the Morristown defenders. Put his hands to his face. Said, oh, I didn't realize. Here is Stawawi. Goes over to Morristown. To Nunez, cleared by Vargas. Now Martinez with it. Here's Ballack. Ryan Ballack. The shot in. Saved by Rivera. The rebound put home. Number 5, James Tammy, picks up the ball off the rebound. And now a yellow card. I think that's going to be against Pope John. So Manuel Vargas called for a yellow card right after that. So the initial shot came in from Morristown, and Rivera made a diving save to his left. But then James Tammy was waiting right on the right post and was able to put it past Rivera. 5-2 your score. Tammy with the goal. Second in the game for Morristown, but still 20 minutes to go. And the Colonials trying to make a comeback. It would be some comeback if they came back from 5-0 down. But they're still in the game. 5-2. And now we start up. Pope John, down the field it goes. Ballack, Nowak fighting for it, out of bounds. Morristown throwing. You see more urgency from Morristown now than you've seen all game in these last few minutes after getting those 2 goals on the board. They want to try and get the third and maybe fourth goal back to make this a contest. They've gotten closer. Pope John's still up by 3. Steal. Pope John player dragged down. That is Santiago Vargas, and now a yellow card against number 5 from Morristown. That's James Tammy, who just scored the goal. So Santiago Vargas thrown down to the turf, and a yellow against Tammy. So he'll be substituted out. And a yellow also going against Damian Stawawi. So we got a yellow against him. The referee just taking out the yellow card and presenting it to a couple of different players there. So clock stopped with 18:36 to go. The longer Pope John lets Morristown hang in here, the better chance that the Colonials can get back into this game. Pope John looking to silence that now. Kick in. It goes over to Terrazas. Terrazas centers through the crease. Nowak chases it down. Keeps it in bounds. It's in the corner, fighting for it, and over the sideline. 18:15 to go. Pope John will throw it in. Santiago Vargas to Nicholas Aceto. Ball rolls out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Morristown. We're glad you're with us here on Monday Night Lights for Monday Night Soccer here from Morristown High School. The Colonials down 5-2 to Pope John here. Second half, about 17 and a half minutes to go. Good boot up in the air. Vargas, Santiago, cleared down by Teo. Aceto trying to get a break. And the ball goes back to Bayer from number 16. Thomas Lucignani. Aceto trying to steal it. Now Stawawi. And we got a flag. And it's going to be a free kick for Pope John. Good play by Stawawi to set up that free kick. Morristown with a spirited second half here. Pope John doing enough to hang on to this 3-goal lead. It was 5. Morristown with a couple of goals here in the mid part of the second half. A couple of yellow cards. The big moment of the game, as far as personnel is concerned, was the red card to Frank Serrano from Morristown, shoving Sebastian Alvarez, and he got ejected from the game. And so now Morristown has been playing the whole second half down a man. Here's Nowak. Header out of the box. Stawawi in there. Cleared out by Morristown. Over the head of Terrazas. Now Martinez up. Mejia trying to find Nunez. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Morristown possession. So Morristown only playing with 9 fielders and then a goalkeeper. Pope John with 10 in the goalie. Lions. Can't clear it out. Hernandez sends it back in, but now here is Burns. Burns in a big collision against Hernandez, and he goes down holding his left leg. You get a whistle. It's going to be a free kick for Morristown, and Burns can't believe it. Look, I think the contact looked incidental. Okay, Hernandez is down. He's holding his leg. He is hurt. The cart comes out. We're going to take an injury timeout. We'll be back right after this on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Welcome back to Morristown High School in Morristown, New Jersey, as the injury timeout's over. We're going to have a free kick for Morristown set up as Christopher Hernandez back on his feet, and he's walking off under his own power, and that's good to see. And then Chris Opat going over to the bench to give him a handshake, and that's good to see as well. Good sportsmanship there. So, free kick set up for Morristown. It's hanging in there, down a man. Give him credit. 2 goals in this second half, and they're hanging in 5-2 down to Pope John. But the story, Nicholas Aceto, a hat trick for the Lions, and then goals by Terrazas and Nowak in the second half. So 4 goals in the first half, 1 in the second. It has stood up so far. Now here's the kick by Morristown toward the goal. Rivera out, makes the save. Good save by Rivera there. Big boot down the field. Here's Nowak. Nowak with a good move. Over to Vargas. Now to Stowawi. Stolen away by Ballack. Ryan Ballack. Terrazas looking for the steal. Teo. Now down the field. Springing Reyes. Gavin Reyes to the middle. Cleared by Vargas. Great defensive play by the senior. Good move by Benitez. Poplowski, great slide tackle, but it's going to be called as an infraction against Pope John. Poplowski going for the ball there, but he got Reyes' ankles. Less than 15 minutes remaining. 5-2, Pope John over Morristown. Got a great game for you folks. Pope John has been up 5 goals for most of the second half, but then Morristown with a couple of late ones, trying for a third. Here's Vargas down the field. Terrazas looking to break. He's got 1 man to beat. Mejia can't do so. Good defense by Mejia there. Ball tied up. It's getting chippy between these 2 teams. Here's Nowak breaking toward the near sideline. Nowak. Ethan looking to play around the defenseman Ballack. Now Aceto tripped down. Oh, no call. We play on. Here's Ballack up the near side. Good defense by Poplowski. Now Stowawi. Over to Teo. Down the sideline it goes. Toward the flag. Kept in by Stowawi. Right in the corner. Off of Morristown. It goes over the sideline, so a throw in. We've got 13-13 remaining in the second half. Poplowski with the throw-in. Stowawi to Nowak. Cleared out by Morristown. Good header by number 8, Gavin Reyes. Now Aceto. Number 6, Noah Van Zielback. Now Terrazas. Here is Teo up the near side. Santiago Vargas with the pass up. Kicked back to Vargas. Now to Teo. Teo with the shot. Saved by Bayer. Good save by the Morristown netminder. Keeps the score 5-2 with 12 and change to go. Big boot down the field. Kicked back. Headed by Van Ziel. Benitez missed that. Now Teo to Burns. Back over to Teo. Good clear by the Morristown D. Aceto sends it over the sideline, out of bounds. It'll be Morristown possession. Less than 12 to go, second half. Pope John leading by 3, 5-2 over Morristown here from the soccer pitch at Morristown High School. It's a football field that's been turned into a soccer pitch for senior night. We're glad you're with us. Big kick by Pope John. (11-11), Cornet. Ball in. Number 20, Justin Bonslett. Poplowski blocks that. Now sent forward. Here is number 11, Martinez. And it's going to go Pope John direction as the infractions against Martinez there. So Pope John with it. Manuel Vargas will set it up. Vargas with the kick. Good header. Now back toward Bayer. Bayer will handle it. Bayer down the pitch. Reyes with a header. Now Vargas. Off of number 20, Bonslett. Reyes chasing it along with Vargas. Vargas lets it go out of bounds. It'll be over the sideline, so it'll be a throw-in. Less than 10 minutes remaining, second half. Pope John up by 3. So the Lions with a throw-in. Ball out of bounds. Tomorrow on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube, we will have girls field hockey, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, from Pope John High School in Sparta, New Jersey. It's the crosstown rivalry renewed, Pope John and Sparta. Pope John looking for payback from a season-opening loss to Sparta, 2-1 at Sparta High School. Now Burns is down. He's knocked down by Morristown player. He's down on the turf. And the Morristown crowd not happy that Burns was down, telling him to get up. Burns looks okay now. Hey, you go down. If you're down, and what are you going to do? You don't know if he's hurt or not. Here's the head of my note. To go ahead and call out the player and say, well, we'll get up. Poplowski defending. Ball knocked out of bounds by Opat. It's going to be Morristown ball. They're going to move it forward. 8:20 to go in this second half. Morristown has been playing a man down the whole second half due to the red card on Frank Serrano for pushing and shoving Sebastian Alvarez in the first half, late first half. Header Out of harm's way. Cleared out by Santiago Vargas. Good play by Santiago. And now here comes Pope John. Cito. Pass over to Teo. Teo gives it to the wing. Now Burns down the field. There's Terrazas on the far side. Landon Terrazas tripped down. That's an easy call. Mejia is going to get called for that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. 7:25 remaining in the second half. So here's the kick by Pope John. Header by Terrazas. Bayer makes the save. Good save by Charles Bayer for Morristown. He kicks it down the field. Past Reyes. Gavin Reyes. It's over to Martinez. Finds Ryan Ballack. Now over to Martinez. Sends it in the corner. Ryan Ballack with it, trying to get around the Pope John defense. Good defense by Opat there. Down to 6:25 remaining, second half. Pope John leading 5-2. Now, set back into the corner. There's Ballack. Whistle. It's against Ballack, and it'll be Pope John ball. So Pope John sets up. Here's Vargas. Down the field it goes. Sent back by Morristown. This is number 4, Jeffrey Vasquez. Cleared out by Poplowski. Over the sideline, out of bounds. Right up against us here. Here's Benitez. And it's going to go Pope John direction. Infraction against Morristown. 5:13 remaining. We got a yellow card against Morristown, I believe so. That's Gavin Reyes who picks up the yellow. Substitution in. And that looks to be number 22, Angus Quirk. Opat sets up for the free kick. Here it is. Booming kick down the field. Cleared out of the way by Morristown. Back down to the Pope John end. Good header by Tyler Wright. Out of bounds over the Pope John bench. Into the stands, or just near the stands. Less than 5 minutes remaining, second half. Pope John up by 3. Santiago Vargas out of bounds. It'll go over to Pope John on a throw-in. We'll give you one more rundown of the schedule in just a minute for Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Vargas with the throw-in. Taken by Van Ziel. Down the field. Now here's number 11, John Martinez. Martinez, Poplowski, right on him. Now taken by number 20, Justin Bonslet. Here is Stawawi. Over to Opat. Opat. Good header by number 6, Noah Van Ziel. Sent in by Bonslet. Trying to spring Reyes. Good move by Vargas there. And a whistle. And it's going to be a free kick for Morristown. So the Colonials set up for a free kick, down by 3. with 3:33 to go. There's another lottery number you can play. Play the 3 tonight. So 2, 22, and 3. 33. Number 4, Jeffrey Vasquez setting up. Free kick for Morristown as the Colonial crowd getting into it. Vasquez with the kick over the crossbar. Goal kick for Pope John. So the Lions will set up for the goal kick. Vargas back there now. A beautiful evening here in Morristown, New Jersey. Perfect weather. Sky's clear. We saw a great sunset earlier. Lions up by 3, 5-2 with about 3 and change to go. Late September, it's still not cold out. Mid-70s, low 70s, nice cool breeze. Couldn't ask for better weather. Here's Terrazas. It's going to get cold soon, so winter is coming. Knocked out of bounds by Bonsolet. Stawabi will throw it in. Poplowski getting in the ball. 2:20 remaining. Throw into Aceto. Poplowski, big boot down the field. In the corner, Benitez in there. Out of bounds over the sideline. 2 minutes remaining. 2-minute warning. Here is Stawawi to Aceto. Back to Stawawi. Damien had the opening goal on Friday against Westmore Central. Here's Nowak. Pass across to Terrazas. Intercepted by Vasquez. Jeffrey Vasquez across the midfield stripe. Being defended by Tyler Wright. Now cleared all the way down the field by Teo. And Bayer will take it over. Charles Bayer with 1:20 remaining. All the way down the field. Poplowski. Header there. Now Vasquez. Here's Vargas. Manuel Vargas now. Takes over by Morristown. Near the sideline, there's Mejia. Right in front of the Colonial bench. Less than a minute remaining here in Morristown. Colonials come in. Mejia with the shot. Over the crossbar. Goal kick for Pope John. And when Morristown was threatening early in the second half with a couple of goals, Pope John has slammed the doors shut, protecting their 3-goal lead. And it's looking more and more likely like the Lions will come out of Morristown with a victory tonight. 25 seconds remaining. Here's the ball over to Emmanuel Vargas. Now to Poplowski on the near sideline. Out of bounds. Throw in for Morristown. John Martinez. Intercepted by Opat. There's Ballack in there. Ballack centering the kick. Wide right. Out of bounds. Goal kick for Pope John. There's the buzzer. The pride has spoken. The Pope John Lions defeat the Morristown Colonials. Final score. Pope John 5, Morristown 2. The Lions upset senior night here in Morristown. And Pope John will be looking to celebrate their own senior night on Thursday, 4 p.m. at Pope John High School as they will take on the Newton Braves. Please join us on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube for that. Great game by the Lions tonight. A natural hat trick in the first half by Nicholas Aceto. And then a first half goal by Landon Terrazas. Frank Serrano from Morristown thrown out with a red card after shoving Sebastian Alvarez. And that set up Pope John for the second half as they were up a man the whole second half. Now, in the second half, you had Ethan Nowak score to make it 5-0. Morristown scores 2 goals and cuts into the Pope John lead midway through. But the Pope John defense locks down and shuts down the Morristown Colonials. And they win going away 5-2 over Morristown here in Morristown, New Jersey, under the lights. Monday Night Soccer. And that concludes our double dip of soccer today. The girls soccer team falling to Mount Olive at Pope John High School 2-0 on their senior night. And Pope John boys soccer ruining the Morristown senior night as the Lions come away with a 5-2 victory. Tomorrow, the crosstown rivalry renewed. Pope John field hockey against the Sparta Spartans, and the girls field hockey team looking for payback after a loss 2-1 in the season opener at Sparta High School. And now the Pope John contingent coming over to celebrate and to applaud the fans and to congratulate them as well. And a great job by the Pope John Lions. 5-2 victory for them. They will play on Thursday, senior night, against the Newton Braves. Come out to Pope John High School at 4 p.m. or join us on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Saturday, freshman football at Del Barton Academy. The Pope John freshman football team against the Del Barton Green Wave. That'll be on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Saturday afternoon at noon, the senior and varsity football team plays Del Barton at Pope John High School, 12 noon. That'll be on Super Football Conference Network. On Sunday, junior Lions football, 11U and 13/14U on Sunday afternoon. And then on Monday, the Pope John Lions JV team will take on Del Barton at Del Barton Academy, 4 p.m. for that. Coming up soon in the next day or so, you're going to start hearing announcements about the Hunterdon Warren Sussex tournaments, and they will get underway at the beginning of October. We'll let you know where we're going to be for all of those. We can't wait. Should be a lot of fun. So for everyone here at Pope John Lions TV on YouTube and at Morristown High School, it's Mike Formasano saying thank you so much for joining us all afternoon and evening as we conclude a double dip of soccer. Girls soccer and now boys soccer here at Morristown. Final score, once again, the Pope John Lions defeat the Morristown Colonials 5-2. Have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow for girls field hockey on Pope John Lions TV on YouTube. Have a good night.